Good morning, everybody. So we're gonna get these maple beans made up and make my daughter oh so happy because I'm gonna have them made. Well, we have 2 jars down in the basement, but that's not enough. So I'm gonna read the recipe for this, and then I will put it somewhere probably down below. Now this is not an approved recipe. This is a Rebel canning, just so everybody knows. I put my 2 cents out there. If you don't want to do this, don't. If you want to, go ahead. I'm not going to twist your arm. So this calls for 3 cups of maple syrup, or in my case, I'm using my homemade pancake syrup, and it tastes like maple syrup, just a much cheaper version. Okay, 1.5 cups of ketchup, 3/4 of a cup barbecue sauce, 5 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 3 teaspoons mustard, 3 teaspoons salt, 1.5 teaspoons of black pepper, 3 mushrooms, and 12 cups of water. Now I'm making some alterations. I'm always altering my own recipes, guys, not even joking. So instead of 12 cups of water, I'm going to use 4 cups of the onion stock, and the rest will be water. So I'm going to start dumping stuff in the pot here. So each one of these is a cup. So there's 1, 2. This is my pancake syrup. I gotta locate a spatula so I can clean out these jars. Let me find that. I can never find stuff first thing in the morning because I never know where my kids put my dishes. I like them in one spot, but for some reason my kids like them in another spot. Drives me nuts. That just fell right in the pot, didn't it? Oh, barely. Okay, it almost did. Oh, this smells so good. Mmm. Give me a spoon. Actually, no, give me a straw. I could drink that. There you go, guys. Does that tell you how healthy I can be sometimes? Give me a straw and I will drink liquid sugar. Yum. Okay. I really don't want to do that. Oh, I gotta, okay. And I have an extra one of the syrup here, just in case I need it. Okay, so I need a cup and, what was it, a cup and a half of ketchup. But, yeah, if you ever need to pour something into liquid, have one of those and you'll be thankful. You won't get backsplash. Okay. This spatula is just too big for these jars. Okay. But I have 2 jars, and I'm probably going to end up by actually just pouring both of them in, because I really don't want to have a half a bottle of ketchup just sitting in my fridge. Or, I don't know. Let's see. There. It's about half. It's actually, no, it's about half because with stuff on the sides of it. Alright. Now, I need my barbecue sauce. Now, I'm not using homemade barbecue. I have homemade barbecue sauce, but I don't have plain. And for this type of recipe, I like plain barbecue sauce. So in that way, I'm not getting the extra spice flavor from everything. Oh yeah, guys, I'm not joking whenever I say I hate doing dishes. You can tell right now. instead of getting a measuring cup out, which is right beside me, I'm just using this. I don't like doing dishes. And okay, now what do I need? I need some... I'm really gonna have to edit this video, guys. Okay, I need mustard. Okay, and before I forget, I need my onions. Now I chopped these up the other day. They're still potent as all heck. So I got 3 onions in there. Well, actually there's 4 of them because one of them was on the bit of the small side. So I got my 3 onions. Shake, shake, shake. Okay. 3 teaspoons of mustard. 3 teaspoons of salt. And I'm using canning salt. I'm actually not going to add black pepper to it, but I am going to add a teaspoon of garlic powder. I don't know why that's not in my recipe. Okay, and I need apple cider vinegar. So I need 5 tablespoons of the apple cider vinegar, and I'm giving it a good shake because I want chunks of the mother in there as well. So we got 1, 2, oh, that wasn't 3, 4, oh, that was more like 5. A little extra just to be on the safe. There we go. Okay. Spoon. Okay. The spatula does not want to come out of the jar. That might be fun trying to get it out of that. Okay. Oh, it smells so good already. So I've got 4 and 12. Now, one batch of this recipe doesn't make a lot of jars. I'm going to be honest with you on that. If you want more jars, just double the recipe. You know, you get the drill, right? Double, triple, quadruple. Okay. So I'm going to get my heat turned on. And I'm going to let this come up. And then I'm going to give it a taste and see if I need to change anything. So we'll be right back. Okay. I was just tasting it, and I added another thing of onion stock, the rest of the ketchup, and another bottle of the pancake syrup. Now I'm just adding some balsamic vinegar and a couple and some, won't open, and some molasses. I'm trying to get, oh, this is cooking molasses. I don't want that one. I'm trying to get my boxes of molasses used up before I go down and open up that big jug of molasses. I was probably closer to maybe quarter cup. Oh no, there's just something missing in it. It's probably molasses, because I always put molasses in my beans. Doesn't matter what kind of beans I'm making. I like flavored beans anyway. I need molasses in it because, I don't know, just for some reason, molasses to me is required. Okay, now let's give that a whirl. Oh yes. Yes, sir. Okay. So I'm just going to let that come up to temp, and then we'll be back. Alright, so we are back for jar filling now. And I'm doing mine in pints because pints just work perfect for us as a side dish. So I'm going to do half a cup of beans per jar. My glasses are falling. And with a little bit extra, I'm just going to plop it into the jars. Because I use small navy beans, so I actually could get away with using a little bit more in each jar, but I don't, just to be on the safe side. So as you can see, I've already washed. I washed those beans, they're all ready. The jars are tempered. They're not hot, but they're not cold either. Got my lids. My rings are, of course, on the other side of the camera. Okay. I'll put you back. Okay, so put you back where you were, I think. Now to ladle the hot syrup, or flavoring, whatever you'd like to call it, over the beans. Okay, so you want to fill these up with an inch head space. So really, I'm just canning these the dry method, or no soap method, whatever you want to call it. But instead of just using plain water, I'm adding a little bit of flavor. And I will pressure can these. You cannot water bath can these. I will pressure can these for 75 minutes. For my altitude is 10 pounds or 11 psi. I seem to keep a pretty steady pace at 12 or 13, so I go with it. So just can at your altitude. That's why I never say altitudes or anything, guys. It's because I don't want people assuming that everywhere is 10 or 11, because it is not. That's why I just say, you know, 75 minutes for your altitude. I don't know how many jars. Oh, I think I just kicked you. I don't know how many jars I'm going to get from this. I'm going to get as many as I can. I could use some more. Oh, there we go. Okay, but you guys are kind of getting the gist here. Let me just do this. Let me get this. Okay. You also want to make sure to debubble this, because them beans are going to hold little air pockets. Oh, and for people asking me where, this is a square-ish jar, where I find my square jars. All of my jars have pretty much been gifted to me, so they're all older jars. You can't buy square jars anymore, and normally I would not use square jars for this, for doing this, but I'm gonna be honest, guys, I'm getting down to my last box of pint jars because I've been canning so much stuff lately. Not complaining. Just made a mess of that one. I got to go back and fix that one. Come on. And no, I didn't find it. I went and bought a new one. I just said, poop it. I can't find where, oh, I can't find my other one. So I just went and bought a new one. You know, for the price of those things, it's ridiculous. That thing was $5.99 for a magnet. Stinkers. They get you coming or going, don't they? Okay, so just put the ring on there. And we're going to put this in the pressure canner for 75 minutes for pints, 90 minutes for quarts, and at your altitude. So we'll be back when I have all these done and they're out of the canner. And there we go. 15 pints of maple beans. Just gotta wait for them to cool down and hopefully all of them seal. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. So far over half of them have sealed, but I only just pulled them out of the canner. You can see they're bubbling and toiling. But don't those look good? Mm-hmm. And I have one lonely jar over there of just plain navy beans. But yes, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you again soon. Bye.